a wonderful new report from Business Insider, where they spoke to people who are still in contact with Donald Trump, say that the former president is planning a revenge tour, a 10-city limited engagement tour where he is going to visit the 10 districts of the 10 Republicans from the House of Representatives who voted to impeach him, and he is going to actively campaign against them. Now, he's not running for office in their districts, of course, but he is going to encourage people to launch a primary challenge or maybe even vote third party or whatever, and he wants to specifically target those 10 individuals, which includes his mortal enemy now, Liz Cheney. So here's the thing. We don't know when this tour is going to happen yet, because according to the people who spoke to Business Insider, even the president himself understands the public right now has Trump fatigue. So he has to wait. And the longer he waits, the more he stews, the angrier he gets. He is ready for this revenge tour. He wants it to happen, but there is another obstacle in the way. And by the way, that is next week's impeachment trial. Probably going to, sour some of the public on Donald Trump again. Just as we were starting to get over not having to hear from him all the time, we're going to be inundated next week with Trump impeachment trial, all week. Maybe even longer if the trial goes longer. So he's got to wait even longer after that. And this is something that's not mentioned in the story, but it's something that definitely needs to be mentioned. So he's going to have to wait after the impeachment trial, obviously. But then by then, he could already be doing depositions for those investigations up in New York. Hell, they may have subpoenaed him by then. They may be able to file charges against him by then. See, Trump, I know you're trying to play it smart and let the Trump fatigue die down, let the anticipation of Trump coming back build, but you kind of are running out of time, man. We don't know what all of these investigations we know what the impeachment trial is going to bring, but we don't know what all of these other ones are going to bring. So I know you want to wait until the time is right, but trust me, when you're facing as many different investigations and as many different lawsuits as you are, the time is right now. You kind of got to get a move on this. If you want to have any kind of impact at all, you need to go before you're physically told you're not allowed to leave the state. Okay? The other thing is that I think this actually has less to do with encouraging people to primary these 10 enemies. The reason these 10 areas were targeted, yes, is because these are the people who voted for impeachment. But Trump can then use campaign funds to pay for the trip. See, as long as it is a legitimate electoral event, he doesn't have to pay out of pocket for it. And as I said repeatedly, after this man lost the election and there was all the talk of, he still wants to do rallies, he still wants to do this, I said there's no way he's going to do it if he has to pay for it out of pocket. Because if he has to pay out of pocket for it, he's going to have to charge people at the door. Then suddenly those crowds that usually show up realize, holy crap, we can't afford to be in the same room with this man anymore, literally. So that's the other reason he's doing this, is because he needs to go get his ego massaged a little bit. But he doesn't want to have to pay to do that. I mean, hell, nobody wants to pay for that, right? Not when you can get it for free if you just try hard enough. And that's the scenario we're looking at now. So it benefits his ego. He gets to write it off as a legitimate campaigning expense. And of course, those 10 Republicans now have to contend with however many primaries or however many challengers they may get, which is going to drain them of money, which will ultimately benefit their Democratic challengers. So bring it on, Trump. Start your tour today, because with as many investigations as you're looking at, you may not be able to do it a couple months from now.